We should be live now.
Great, got that message.
Cool. Hello, everybody, and hello, Shrini. Hopefully everyone's okay and coping with the heat, even though I guess when you're on a holiday, you probably get this heat anyway, you're normally okay. Cool, so quick intro. So my name is Manish, the founder of Asian Parents Club. I also look after Business Club and Asian Date Club as well. If anyone interested in joining those clubs, please do feel free to request. Today, we're going to talk about yoga therapy for parents with Shrini, and I'm going to hand over to Shrini for a quick intro, and then we'll go back to some questions. Over to you, Shrini.
Great, thanks Manish for having me. So yeah, just a quick introduction. I'm Srini. I'm a yoga teacher first, and then a yoga therapist. I did my yoga therapy with Yoga Campus London. And then I take care of many of my clients. Some of them have cancer support. Some of them go through stress and anxiety. Some of them just want to lose weight or back pain or physical issues. So giving some support for all the requirements. So yeah, that's just a brief of me. I started off my yoga journey with Aurobindo Ashram when I was like maybe 6 years, 7 years. And then in 2007, I joined the Art of Living with Sri Ravi Shankar. So I used to do a lot of seva and then a lot of breathing techniques. In 2015, I did my yoga teacher training with Shivananda Ashram, and then the advanced yoga teacher training with Art of Living.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the first question for me is, you mentioned therapy. So what is the difference between yoga classes and therapy? Because obviously people do know what yoga classes are, I assume.
Yes.
But what's the difference between the classes and therapy?
Yeah, so if you have gone to yoga class, maybe if I can ask you, Manish, can you imagine like you go to yoga class, the yoga teacher usually he or she might have devised a yoga practice for that particular day. For example, today it was a beginner's yoga session, and I was giving them. So you need to carefully watch the words. I'm just giving them the yoga.
Yeah.
So that's the major difference. In yoga therapy, we actually take. So we listen to the client.
Yeah.
We initially send a health information form and find out many aspects. What is happening in their life? So how is their sleep? How is their onset? How is their digestion? Do they have migraine? Do they have any health issue at all? Do they have any back issue? Or do they have any history, medical history? Do their parents have any medical history? And what is their requirement? So that's where it all begins. And then we have a 90-minute session wherein we talk about their requirement and their issues, their medical conditions for maybe 30 minutes or so.
Right.
That's our crucial part where we take the information, the data, and then process it. Once the talk is done, maybe for 10-15 minutes, we look into their body, how their body is, whether their shoulder is in alignment of how the body has to be, and many other aspects like their circumduction. And then we look into their breathing, how their breathing is.
Yeah.
And then we look into various aspects like body constitution. So we have like Vata kind of body, Pitta and Kapha. Those are the three kind of bodies when it comes to Ayurveda. And then we look at where is the blockage with chakra system. So we have like 7 different chakras, and then we look where the chakra blockage is, if there are any.
Yeah.
And then we come up with a home practice.
I'm guessing that's on a one-to-one basis as well.
Yes, it is a one-to-one basis, but we do give a group session as well. For example, tomorrow, Tuesdays, we have therapeutic group session.
Right.
So someone might have asthma, someone might have cancer, someone might have a breathing issue or a stress. So we combine all these and then provide a therapy session in a
Yeah.
group as well.
Mhm.
But it always is recommended to do one-on-one with yoga therapy.
So okay, so just to break it down. So yoga classes, obviously, it's like just signing up to a class on a Tuesday night. Anyone can turn up, no matter what abilities, obviously depending on what class you're going to. And when it comes to therapy, it's actually you're doing a yoga practice which is suited for your own needs.
Yes, it's a bespoke practice.
Yes, because I don't think everyone, I'm going to generalize here, I don't think everyone actually understands that yoga isn't just a matter of being flexible. It's a matter of really connecting to your own body, and all the poses, the asanas we do in yoga represent different things. It's not just a matter of being able to touch your toes.
That's the good point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think, oh no, I can't do yoga, I'm not flexible. It's got nothing to do with flexibility.
Exactly. So yoga can be defined in different ways. One of them is yoga chitta vriddhi nirodham. So chitta, we can simply say mind, but it's more than mind. It's about modification of your mind. So that's what is yoga. And then it's not about it is doing downward dog and raising one leg up towards your head and behind you. But again, it's about the mind, how flexible your mind is.
Yeah, and it's a technicality as well, isn't it? Because it's not just a matter of putting your palms down onto the floor and doing a downward dog. It's actually putting pressure somewhere else. It's on your knuckles and not your palm, and adjusting small things. If you can do that with your body and feel more relaxed, which you can feel actually relaxed in a downward dog, and you understand that if you make most minor adjustments in your mind with life, you can make some more relaxations there as well and be a bit more stress-free, anxiety-free as well. So it is really connecting your body and your mind and learning about yourself, which I think is powerful. So
and one of the things to add on is in yoga therapy, we use lots of mudras, hand gestures, mantras or intention. So mantras, not specifically in Sanskrit, like very simple intention of being kind to yourself. Because that's one thing we sometimes forget. So being kind to our own self is one thing. So as you see, like we will have many intentions to set. There are very simple intention as well. Like, I have a client who wants to bend down, sitting on a chair, and he wants to tie the shoe lace. So that's one of our intentions. So if he can achieve that, he'll be happy with the session. So there are lots of mudras and mantras and intentions.
And I think I have to say it is a matter of practice. And I went on a retreat in 2020. It was a 200-hour retreat during lockdown as well, and lockdown kicked in halfway through.
Okay.
I couldn't touch my toes, but because we were training or practicing every morning and afternoon for not just half an hour, it was a lot longer than that. There was that repetition. By the end of those 2 weeks, I was touching my toes.
Exactly.
And it wasn't because of flexibility, if that makes sense. It was because of I kind of knew my body, and I was able to do it before, but I just didn't know how to do it. It sounds so simple, but it's just understanding yourself a lot more, and practice. And you don't have to be able to do all these wonderful poses. If you can, great, but it's not a matter of that. And don't think to yourself, if anyone's thinking about going to yoga classes, you need to lose all of that weight to go to yoga. You don't. You just go to yoga to learn about yourself. And like you say, it's learning about your mind. It's breath work. It's hand gestures. It's mantras. There's loads of things involved in there. There's a lot more than what we see on the pictures, I'm going to say, out there.
Yeah. So one of our session, that's Thursday, it's totally pranayama. So we call it pranayama technique, and we just do a lot of breathing techniques.
So as long as everyone understands, so pranayama is the breath work, is all the breathing techniques in yoga as well, which not everyone knows. Some people do, but others don't. So
thanks, Manish, because I'm sometimes mention jargon words in Sanskrit, but do help me.
I was like that when it's like learning a course and you're trying to understand all of these terms for all these different poses, and it's like you don't understand where it all comes from and what the asanas are there for, but over time you do. But we won't go into the technicalities anyway. because I've forgotten half of it and I'll probably look silly. So when it comes to yoga and yoga therapy, how does it help with stress?
Yes. So for that, we need to understand what stress is.
Mhm.
So we do have like a parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. So of course, the left side and right side.
Yep.
In Sanskrit terms, if you're interested, we call it nadis, and it's called Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. So you might have gone through stress. Many of us in 30s and 40s, you would have gone through some form of stress.
Mm.
And when the stress forms, you would have cortisol released. That's one of the chemical that gets released.
Right.
And the more the cortisol gets released, it's not good for your health.
Mm.
We can use many techniques. For example, in this weather with the heat, again, I want to remind all our audience to be hydrated. But apart from that, we have many practices like Shitali, Shitkari. So those are some of the cooling down practices. We have practices. Again, I might be using jargon words. I'm really sorry for that. So Shitali.
If you have any questions, please do put them on here. And if you want Srini to slow down or explain anything, please do put the questions in, or even ask afterwards if you're watching some replay as well.
Yes, definitely. I'll take very less time. So Shitali is rolling your tongue and then breathing in through your tongue and breathing out through your nose. So that cools down. So because of this heat wave, we can all do that. So rolling your tongue and breathing in through your tongue and breathing out through your nose. So those are some of the very simple practices. And we have practices like Ujjayi breathing. And that again cools you down with the stress. We have very simple practices like Viparita Kanya, leg up on the wall. One of my students was asking how to sleep very peacefully with this heat wave without much stress. Just simply have your legs up on the wall for a few minutes with your hands below your shoulder level. Right. And that actually what happens is your blood goes from your leg, your lower part of the body. What we usually tend to do is we stand on our leg, which is very natural, and the gravity actually pulls all the blood and many chemicals. We have so many chemicals inside of the body, and everything is drained towards your leg. And the leg up from the wall, it simply helps you to go against the gravity and helps to get more oxygen towards your head. So those are the simple practices that we can follow and reduce the cortisol level. So yeah, that's very generic. But when being a parent, I'm a father of 2 kids. I have a 3.5-year-old daughter and a 5-month-old daughter. So we all go through a lot of stress. We can't expect them to do like adults. So they just they won't eat on time. They won't eat what we give. They might do like a messy play with the food.
Until they're teenagers.
So yeah, these are some of the small things, and then that builds up our stress. And yoga therapy and yoga with the meditation, it will help to cool down.
Do you practice yoga at home with the kids as well, with the children? Or try
yes. Yes, we do mix like a dance and yoga, so it's a yogic form of dance. And then one simple thing that I want to say is we can show them yoga and meditation in front of the kids. In the beginning, they might laugh. They might say, so if I just come down and if my daughter is in front of me, then I'll just do downward facing dog. And then she was laughing in the beginning, but she learned it. So I do leg up on the wall in my bed, and she does it. Sometimes I meditate. She'll be very quiet. Sometimes she meditate, but sometimes she'll be like, Papa is doing meditation, she'll be very quiet. So yeah, these are the simple things we can teach kids. Nowadays, yoga is not connected to any religion. It's a universal thing, and it will keep our kids calm relaxed, and more focused as well.
And it's
Um,
something you can do anywhere as well. You don't need any equipment as such. You can do
yeah,
yoga wherever you want, out in a garden, in a living room, wherever you've got space in the house.
totally. Yeah,
So,
we nowadays do outdoor yoga on Saturdays, 11 a.m. in Stone Manor Park.
yeah.
It's beautiful doing outdoors.
And I guess it's just like you said, yoga is not just a matter of doing the poses and the practice in that way. There's also breathing exercise you can do, and you can do that everywhere. You don't need equipment for it. And you could be sitting on your office chair for a little while and doing some breathing techniques for a 15-minute break. It's something you can do whether you're working at home or in the office possibly as well. You can do that. So
Yeah,
that's it.
and one more thing to add is Yoga Nidra is one of the practice. Again, if it's a jargon, like for example, Sundar Pichu, he does call some name. I don't remember it now. PT something. So
Right.
it's the Yoga Nidra is you are lying down, and
Mhm.
then there are many techniques, but one of the simple technique is taking attention to each part of the body. So
Yep.
what happens is when you take the attention, mentally the breath is your oxygen is going towards that particular part of the body.
Yep.
So you are relaxing and energizing each and every part of the body. So I do practice yoga nidra every day 2 p.m. And that makes me more energetic in the evening as well. So yeah,
Mm.
that's one thing I would recommend in yoga therapy. And
I guess it's something like with when people get butterflies, for example, in their stomach, they're feeling kind of anxious.
yes,
And I do it with my clients for NLP and the coaching I do. Is a feeling that if they breathe and focus on that area for a little while, they can disperse that kind of anxiousness and it spreads out and it slows down and it minutes and it just dissipates, it disappears. And you can do that, and it's possible because it is just learning using our mind to solve issues and challenges within our own body, which a lot of things are mind over matter anyway, I think. So yeah, it is possible. It's something to actually try, and something you can try on your own as well at home. So
that's right. Right.
yeah.
And then again in yoga therapy, I mean for parents and in general as well. So we have many different kriyas. One of them is Jal Neti, so water nasal cleansing using water. So
Yeah.
with the salt water. So what happens is the osmosis process. So we get the water from the right nostril onto the left nostril. And then
It's
the
a messy process, yeah, as well. I remember doing that. It is a messy process. It's
yeah,
having a funnel up your nose,
yes,
up
yes,
one nostril.
yes. But
Um,
physically, it cleanses all our the nasal region. But
mm,
mentally, it gets our Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi into Shushumna Nadi. The parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system comes into balance.
yeah, because it's all entwined, isn't it? And it's just balancing it all out, which not everyone kind of understands. So even like, for example, box breathing that people do know about, or I guess more people know about it now. Box breathing isn't just a matter of breathing in from your nose and out from your mouth. In reality, it should be in from one nostril, out from the other nostril, and circulating that. And the only reason we do box breathing the way we do is because in a natural situation where you're feeling anxious, you are going to be breathing very heavily from your mouth. So then it's adopted to breathe in from your nose and out from your mouth, because that's what we do naturally as well. So there are things you can adjust accordingly. So again, like with the asanas, we can adjust things using blocks like you've got there, for example, to help you with your poses as well.
That's right.
In
That's
practice,
right.
so you adjust things, adjust to your abilities, and then from there you build up from there bit by bit.
Totally. Anything that can get you into balance.
Yeah.
Yes, any practice. It can be qigong, or meditation, in yoga, whatever it is.
Because I use the tree pose a lot with my clients when they're feeling kind of stressed out and they can't focus. And I just can't focus on certain things. I try and meditate, I can't focus. And I was like, well, try and meditate without standing on one leg for a little while. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, just try the tree pose for a little while, and then swap over 5 minutes later. And as they do that, they do switch off from the kind of clutter around them, and they focus on themselves and they focus on their meditation, because they know if they don't, they're just going to fall over. So they have to just balance and just switch off. whether it's just focusing on one item on the wall or on the floor to help them support that.
Yeah, tree pose is one of my daughter's favorite to make her balance.
Absolutely, I think it's brilliant because people don't realize how much it does take. Sorry, people do realize it does take effort, but how much they can use that for their own day-to-day lives as well. If they just want to just switch off and they're feeling overwhelmed, there's something they can do. So what type of yoga meditation can a parent or caregiver of children do?
Yeah, I mean, as a parent, you're always busy. You need to take care of your work, maybe school run. So you're totally in a busy schedule, and you need to find time to take care of yourself. So that's the first part. So the self-care is what is the main part here. So we can definitely start with meditations. So we have different apps. One of the app I would advise is called Sattva, and that's from the Art of Living as well.
Okay.
You can have many apps, like Calm is one of the app. So try using the apps, because we are always using phone. Instead of using Facebook for a while or Instagram, maybe use the app and switch off your mind. We can start with mindfulness meditation. That's the first step for a parent, because you have very less time. I totally get it. It's the same with me. So yeah, once you're happy with your mindfulness meditation, then make yoga a part of your life, part of your lifestyle. So yoga is not about doing it on the mat. Of course it is, but yoga is a lifestyle. So one of the thing is, yes, you need to make your kids go to bed on time. So maybe it's 8:30, but it's the same with you as well. If you start doing something after your kid is gone to the bed, maybe dinner or something, which is essential, that's fine. But if you start working again or doing something for the next day, and then you're going to bed late, your kid is going to get up early in the morning, and then you get very less time to sleep. So discipline is one thing, trying to sleep early, trying to wake up early. If you're doing that, I really appreciate that, but trying to get 7 hours of sleep is recommended. So that again is yoga, being disciplined, giving self-care to yourself. So
yeah, and I think it's really important what you said earlier on about the self-care and appreciate being kind to yourself. I think that's really, really important, because we, as a parent or caregiver or step parent, whoever you are to your child, you do so much for your kids.
Yes.
Be all thankful, be kind to them, because that's something that you want to do or need to do, whatever it is, however your beliefs are, that's fine. But then what about looking after yourself? I mean, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll go sleep early tomorrow night. We'll go sleep early the night after. I know that I have to be in bed by latest 10:30. So I'm up at 5 every morning.
Yeah.
And if I don't get up, I'll get told off by people I go to the gym with, thinking, where were you? And I do get that abuse, as I call it. Only encouragement, let's call it encouragement. But it's something that I'm disciplined to do by waking up 5 o'clock every morning, because that means I can get to the gym, I can do a bit of extra work, and I can focus, and I've got a clear mind as well. But that's what I do myself religiously, and I'm committed to that.
Yes. So just to, sorry.
My son does that as well now. So my son even wakes up at 5,
Yeah.
which obviously he's not very happy about all the time. And he's 16.
Okay.
And he comes to the gym in the morning as well. Not every day, but he comes every couple of days.
Okay, with you.
Yeah. So it's all kind of a practice to, become that role model as well, which I think is really difficult. And as a parent, sometimes I've heard it from my parents where, oh, that's not for me, that's for you youngsters to do. And I'm like, that's just so wrong. I can't expect my son to do something that I'm not willing to do, or give it a go at least. As in, not just give it a go half-heartedly, but full-heartedly. So I think it's so important to try it. And if people are thinking about yoga, yes, get in contact with yourself. There's loads of online 30-day challenges you can do. go and do it. And that's what got me into it. I did it over Christmas
Mhm.
2019, and that's what got me into yoga.
Amazing.
And I think it's really important that people do try that. It's only 30 days, it's not long.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah.
You'll find it challenging first 2 or 3 days, and after that you think, this is what I'm doing wrong, or this is what I need to change or improve on.
Habit, making it an habit.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is practicing all the time. So,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so just coming back to your question of how yoga can help the parents is sleep is the first thing. So get ample sleep. That's one thing many of the parents come to me saying that I don't have enough sleep. So I give them yoga nidra, make them do meditation at their own time using an app. Because we just do what is best for them, best for with the time they have. The phone is a very accessible thing. That's one thing. So sleep, enough sleep. So that again is yoga, not just on the mat. And the second thing is treating your spouse as a kid as well. I mean, if you have like 2 kids, then you actually have 3 kids at home. So taking care of your spouse as well, it works the both ways. So if the mom has to take care of the dad as well, the dad has to take care of the mom. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So if you have 2 kids, imagine you have 3 kids at home. So the mom has to take care of the dad, and the dad has to take care of the mom. So
and
that,
and it sounds like it's not a matter of the whole role model situation of, mother's role and a father's role. It's not. It's equal roles, but it's supporting each other in what they're doing and encouraging and having that space and that communication as well.
yes,
Just like we do with our kids. Or sometimes they don't give us space. Maybe, I don't know. It all varies. And it's rather than looking at it as being very difficult with children, I just think it's different opportunities every single day of learning something new about what either winds us up or what winds them up, or how we can do things differently.
Yes.
Which is having that kind of open mindset as well.
Yeah.
Important. So
I agree with all of those. Yes. And then the third thing is, sometimes we feel like, if we are sad, if we are stressed, or whatever it might be, then we don't show to your kid. We show a happy face to them. I mean, that is, I can't say it is good or bad, but it's just that, yes, you realize that you are in that state of mind, and take care of yourself. Again, it comes to the self-care, but rather than faking your happiness, you can definitely be happy with all these practices, because it's a mind thing.
yeah, I think you should be open if you're feeling upset or sad, as in not burden your children or burden the family around you. But there's nothing wrong in saying, well, actually, I'm not feeling too great at the moment. I'm a bit worried about this small snippet situation, and this is how I'm trying to deal with it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, your child might turn around and say something so empowering to you, thinking, you just put a smile on my face. I've forgotten about everything I was worrying about. And I've had it. Like my son's, I said it openly to him when I've been upset. I was probably about 11 or 12 years old. And he said something profound. And I was like, oh, where'd you get that from? Oh, from you, Dad. And it's like, oh, and I just smiled and he smiled. We just carried on. So it's actually understanding, having that kind of honesty and that trust.
Yes.
That trust is so important with you and your child or children. But again, it's not to burden them, if that makes sense, because the more open you can be with your children, the more open they will be with you as well. So in that sense, the transparency is important.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, being happy by doing all these practices, accepting your kid. That's the fourth point that I wanted to share. Like, however they are, they could be notorious. You never know when you have a small kid. They can be silent, whatever it is. Accepting them, what they are, is one thing. And the fifth thing is, of course, you take opinion of others, but not going too much into it, not getting worried into the opinion of others.
That's one thing. So these are the 5 things that I wanted to share when it comes to yoga for parents.
Hmm. Cool. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions on the replay, we're going to close off in a little while. Please do put them in the comments. I'm sure Srini will reply to them, or I'll try and reply to them for him, or give him a nudge. With some of the items you said, so the apps you said about the meditation and the techniques,
Yes.
can you put them in the comments? Is that possible?
Yeah,
So
I'll do that.
parents can look at them and even try them out. And if somebody does try any of these out, please do let me know. If you don't want to post it on the group publicly, send me a private message. I'd love to find out how you've experienced it, especially going to sleep, cooling yourself down with the breath work as well, which is really important, and it does work, especially when you roll your tongue and you're breathing in from your tongue. The air just cools down and your body starts cooling down as well. That is definitely works. And if anyone's got any questions about classes, I've put your website up on the description of the event, but again, we'll post the details in the comment section. So if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to ask away. And yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. And by the way, so everyone knows, if you're wondering why Srini's feeling a bit flustered as well today, he's just come back from a class he's been delivered. So he literally had 2 minutes before he got onto the call. So
I'm very relaxed after teaching yoga. So yeah, it was yoga for beginners on Monday.
So how often do you teach as well? So before we go.
Oh, so we have yoga classes every day except Sunday. So
Okay.
Monday is our yoga for beginners.
Okay.
And it's very gentle and calm. We have intermediates joining as well because it's very calm and gentle yoga,
Mhm.
not very intense. And so that's Monday. Tuesday we have either in yoga or therapeutic yoga by me. So the Monday one is by Shobha. The Tuesday one, the in yoga is by Annie.
Right.
Wednesday again is yoga for health in the morning, 11 o'clock. So that's by Shobha. And Thursday it's 7 a.m. pranayama techniques, only breath work. That's by Akansha. It's online only. Friday is intermediate yoga. That's the challenging yoga.
So you have online classes and face-to-face classes.
So only the Thursday is online. All other ones are in person because we want everyone to be in person and feel the vibe. So Friday is intermediate by various experienced teachers. It could be Monisha, Lena, Anita, myself, Shiraz sometimes. So yeah, we'll have different experienced yoga teachers. Saturday it's outdoor. It's a tie-up with our friends of Headstone Manor. We do it at 11 a.m. So we walk for half an hour, then do yoga in a blissful environment outdoor for half an hour.
Yeah, I think I saw some of the pictures on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere.
Yes.
Last weekend's event. So yeah.
Yeah. So we meet at the Modes Cafe at 11 a.m. and then we walk and then do yoga.
Nice, brilliant, cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Manish. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. And if anyone wants to visit my website, it's sohamyoga.uk. Yeah, that's Soham Yoga London. You're based in North Harrow, close to the Costa Coffee in Savoy Court Community Centre.
Cool. And Ketan's going all crazy with his liking. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.